welcome to the Voice of the Coast. I am your host, Danica Long. With me, we have MaKenzie Scroggs. That's right, you see the crown. I'm here with a queen. I know I tell y'all I'm a queen, but this is a real queen, Miss Louisiana. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am great. I'm so excited to have you here.
I'm
and
excited to be here.
Let's get right into it.
Perfect.
So, of course, anytime I meet any of the Miss Louisianas who come through, this is the touring stop here.
Yes.
Tell me, take me back to that day when they called your name. You're holding the hand. I don't know if your hands are sweating or if you're gripping her. Take me back to that day when they said, the new Miss Louisiana, MaKenzie Scroggs.
The hands were a little sweaty, I'll admit. But this has been a dream of mine ever since I was 7 years old. So my mom was a preliminary title holder in this organization. So I used to sit on the couch with her preliminary crown, just dreaming of the day I would be like the role models in front of me. So when my name got called, it was a dream come true. I was excited. It was just a rush of emotions because, like I said, this has been a dream ever since I was 7.
So you mentioned your mom, so this is a legacy.
Yes.
So you have, it's almost like passing the crown down to her daughter. Tell me what was going on through her. I know you can't speak for her, but I know she had to tell you, baby, I'm so proud. What did she do? What did she say?
She did, of course. My mom has always been one of my biggest supporters ever since I was a little girl. When I told her at the age of 7 that I wanted to be Miss Louisiana, she helped me with all my tools, and she was like, well, if you want to be Miss Louisiana, we're going to work on it. We'll get you there. So actually, a little fun fact, my mom and I are the first mother-daughter duo in history to be Miss Northwestern Lady of the Bracelet. So that's also another fun bond we get to share together. But she actually, I don't know if she's ever really told me her full emotions. I don't know if she probably was very nervous, and I probably gave her a little heart attack over there, but she definitely did say she was very proud of me.
Now, I know it may be a little too early to tell, but do you think that when you have a little bambina of your own, that you'll probably have that same fire and maybe pass that same, confidence and all those things that you have now into your own child?
Most definitely. Actually, I started a program at the age of 15 called Being True to Being You, where I host confidence building workshops for the youth. So I love getting to host these confidence building workshops and work with the kids. So I definitely, when I do have my own children, want to implement that confidence and just let them know that no matter what, if you have a dream, it doesn't matter how small, how big, you can achieve anything you put your mind to when you have that confidence and when you believe in yourself, because that's what my mom did for me. And without that belief and without that confidence, I wouldn't be where I am today.
I think that's great advice. Speaking of which, what was your platform?
It was my program of Being True to Being You. And as Miss Louisiana, I've actually been able to go to over 25 schools this year and talk to about 10,000 students about this confidence building workshops and the importance of always staying true to yourself. Just letting them know you don't have to change who you are for people to like you. And when you are being yourself, you're going to follow those dreams and goals because you're being true to who authentically you is.
Right. Now, I'm sure this year went by so quickly.
You did. I cannot believe we're already almost to Miss Louisiana.
Yes. And you, of course, you competed in Miss America.
Yes.
Please tell me about that. Being a part of one of 50, representing the unique and great state of Louisiana. How was that?
It was a dream come true. We actually were in Orlando for the first time as Miss America, and we got to do so many stuff as a class, a Miss America class. We went to Dave & Buster's, we had a luau. It gave us a lot of experiences to really grow that sisterhood and make those bonds. I made best friends, and I can honestly say I have a friend in every state, which is so amazing. But it was a dream come true stepping on that stage that I've watched all my life and just dreamed about being on.
Now I want you, lean in close, I want you to give me the tea. How is it being around all those ladies?
It is such, like I said, a sisterhood. What you don't see is the behind the scenes, the backstage, the coming in each other's rooms at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, the eating pizza on the bed while we talk and just get to know each other. These girls, and I could honestly say, will be my best friends, my future bridesmaids, and they have really helped me through this year. Even the girls at Miss Louisiana, I'm so close to every single one of them. They have checked on me through this year. I've checked on them. We've been able to watch each other's journeys grow. It really is such a good sisterhood.
So that's awesome, especially when you said there'll be bridesmaids in your wedding, your future wedding. So that really is a sisterhood. And do you think the sisterhood, now speaking of sisterhood, do you have any siblings?
I do. I have a younger sister, and she actually just graduated high school about a month ago. And she was valedictorian, so she gave a speech, and I actually was commencement speaker for
Oh my
her
gosh.
graduation. So my parents got to see both of us on stage, which was really cool.
Well, I want to ask a little bit more if I can about sister, but we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. Y'all come on back right here on the Voice of the Coast. Welcome back to the Voice of the Coast. Let's get right back into it. We have MaKenzie Scroggs, Miss Louisiana, and we started talking a little bit about your sister. So you have a younger sister, and look, younger sisters, my sister may not say it, but they look up to their older sister.
I think so.
Do you think that maybe she aspires to also go down the same journey, take the same journey as you have?
So we actually did pageants growing up together, but I don't know if Miss Louisiana's gonna be in her future. She's actually headed to Louisiana Tech University and gonna be a mechanical engineer.
Awesome.
And she just made their dance line, so. But you never know. We're fingers crossed. I'm gonna still talk to her about it.
So she's a dancer also.
Yes, we've danced together. I actually started, like I said, when I was 18 months old, and when I went to my first dance class, whenever she was born, she actually knocked on the door and said, "Please let me in."
Oh.
And then it's been history since, so.
Awesome. So you are going back to school. You took a year off, and you are at Northwestern. Tell us a little bit about your trek. What are you studying?
I'm actually a dance major at Northwestern, and Northwestern's the only college in the state of Louisiana that offers the 4-year dance BFA. And because of Miss Louisiana, I've been able to obtain over $55,000 worth of scholarships, so I'll be able to graduate debt-free from Northwestern.
Oh, ain't that something?
Yes,
I
my
probably should have
parents love
donned
that.
a dress and got out there too. Everyone loves to be debt-free. Everyone would
Yes.
love to be debt-free. That is awesome. So what do you plan to do with your degree?
After graduation, I plan to dance professionally for a couple years, and I'm not exactly sure what that's going to look like, whether it is amusement park route or music videos or even Broadway, but definitely dance professionally because
Come on, it girl.
yes, dance has been my passion and love ever since I walked in the doors that first day of dance class. But after, I want to open up my own dance studio because I also really love to share that love and passion to my students as well.
So this may be a question that maybe your parents may have asked or would like to ask. Are you going home with this degree, or where do you think you'll land?
I definitely want to stay in Louisiana. I'm not sure exactly where home is going to be, but it's definitely going to be in the state of Louisiana. After getting to travel the state, I've learned so much about it, and my love for Louisiana has only grown this year, so I definitely don't want to leave.
Yes. Now, what's your preferred dance that you really enjoy to perform?
Definitely jazz. So jazz has been my favorite ever since I could remember, but actually, as a dance major, I've also started to love ballet, but jazz is always gonna have my heart forever.
Now, does jazz also include tap?
No,
No,
tap
okay.
is more of with your shoes that actually make the sound.
Right.
You're more on the balls of your feet.
Okay.
Jazz is more of your like upbeat with your kicks and turns and leaps
Gotcha.
and tricks.
Okay, great.
Yes.
So with that in mind, and wanting to open up a dance studio, you want to work with work with kids, that sounds like.
Yes.
Where did this love for working with kids come from?
So I actually started teaching dance in high school at my dance studio. My dance teacher has been one of my biggest role models all my life, and she gave me the opportunity to assist her in class and then teach my own classes. So I think my senior year I taught about 18 classes on my own, and I just fell in love with watching my students walk in the door and their love and passion for dance grow. And I knew in that moment that my love and passion wasn't just for performing, but it's for teaching as well.
When you hear of your old students, I mean, you were a child yourself, but when they say, we know a Miss Louisiana, have you gotten a lot of the feedback from your former students?
They do, and it's funny because this past year as Miss Louisiana, I'll try to go visit as much as possible, and when I walk in, they're like, "Are you Mrs. MaKenzie today, or are you Miss Louisiana today?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm MaKenzie no matter what." I was like, "But I am Miss Louisiana too." I was like, "But that's why." I was like, "You could do both." And it just gets them really excited, but it's funny because I don't know if they know how to tell the difference, but it is very cute.
What would you say to someone who's watching you right now and they say, man, I would like to do that?
So I've actually made a motto for myself this year as Miss Louisiana to be every woman's best friend, every girl's inspiration. Be that person who's relatable and people can relate to, but also be that person that people can look up to. So if your dream is to be Miss Louisiana, you can do it. Like I said, I sat on the couch and watched these role models and dreamed of the day it would be my turn. And you know, when you have that dream and have that goal, it can come true. Yeah. But the help of your role models, the confidence, knowing who you are really helps you to become and to have those dreams and make those dreams become a reality.
Yeah. And it was just pretty much manifesting it. It sounds like here you are because you dreamed it and you were able to accomplish that goal. Come on back. We've got much more of MaKenzie Scroggs right here on The Voice of the Coast. Welcome back to the Voice of the Coast. Again, MaKenzie Scroggs, Miss Louisiana, and you are going back to, return the crown, pass the crown down. What advice would you give the girls right now, the young ladies who are vying for the title right now? It's going to be June 13th to the 15th. Yes. What advice would you give them?
So this year we actually have 33 amazing, talented, confident girls from all across our state of Louisiana coming to Monroe to compete for the job of Miss Louisiana 2024. And I know whichever way it goes, that Louisiana is going to be in great hands because as Miss Louisiana, I've been able to get to know all 33 of them. They're so amazing. But just definitely be yourself no matter what. The judges don't want to see this ideal, perfect person. They want to know who you are. That's right. So it's important to stay true to yourself, be confident, and just enjoy every moment because it's the best week of your life, but it's probably the fastest one too. So you really enjoy every moment.
And you're right. You cannot, nothing's going to be perfect. And exactly. I think you know all so well. Let's see if maybe we can get that clip rolling because I watched a little bit of that snippet. I said, oh, baby girl was good because I don't know if I could have done that. So you actually performed in an outfit and you had wardrobe malfunction.
I did. So
how did you keep that together?
We compete June, like you said, 13th to 15th, so it's 3 days. But on that Saturday, it's filmed live all over Louisiana. And out of the 20 years I've danced, this was the first time ever in my history that my dance costume broke.
And we're watching it right now.
Yes, my dance costume broke on television of Miss Louisiana Final Night. And as a dancer, you're always told, no matter what, finish the dance. So the only thing going through my head was my dance teacher's voice saying, you've got to finish this dance. And I put my hand and just did the best I could to finish the dance.
Yes, and it did make a difference, obviously, to the judges.
Right.
They may have thought it was a part of the performance.
I mean, you never know. I didn't ask him, but it definitely was a good story, and I still talk about it to this day. And even, like I was mentioning, I did the commencement speech for my sister's graduation. Right. I talked to the students. I was like, listen, you're going to college. You don't know what life's going to be in store for you, but you have to, even if there is hardships, you have to just take those hardships and make the best out of them and do the most you can because in life, those hardships are going to make you who you are and are going to push you to be that better person.
You speak so highly of this organization, and of course you're going back to pass the crown down. Do you think you'll still be involved, maybe doing any type of consulting?
Oh, 100%. I don't know if the Miss Louisiana board knows, but they're not. I don't know if they could get rid of me because I love this organization so much. And whether it is volunteering with the board or volunteering at a local, I'm definitely going to try and give back to this organization in any way possible because it has done so much for me. Yeah. It truly has shaped me into the person I am today.
What's the difference between Miss Louisiana America and Miss Louisiana USA? I know, they're both pageants, but what's the difference?
We have a couple of differences. So Miss USA actually competes in swimsuit and we compete in physical fitness. So Miss America recently partnered with the American Heart Association. So we promote healthy women and going red for women to promote women's heart health. And we also, 20% of our score is talent. So we're a big talent contribution, and that is a really big part of your score. But the main difference is that Miss Louisiana is actually a scholarship organization.
I was going to say, not pageant. I was going to actually correct myself because, it kind of brings me back to Miss Congeniality, the movie. So,
right.
And I was like, wait, no, they're not a pageant. It's a scholarship organization.
So Miss Louisiana and is part of the Miss America organization. And Miss America is actually the leading provider for scholarships for women. So they provide so much scholarships and allow so many women to attend college debt-free.
So obviously you went to college on scholarships, I'm sure already.
Yes.
But also becoming Miss Louisiana, like you said, you're debt free. So are you able to use any of that money for yourself?
No, they all go to scholarships. So whether it is getting your bachelor's or even going on to get your master's, I know former Miss Louisianas have been able to go to med school debt-free, have been able to go to physical therapy school. It just really allows you to get that education and follow your dreams.
Awesome. Well, thank you. We have one more segment with MaKenzie. So y'all come on back right here on the Voice of the Coast. Welcome back. Again, this is the last segment, so I'm trying to get all the questions that maybe you were thinking so I could get this out to MaKenzie Scroggs, again, who is Miss Louisiana, who will be passing down the crown June 13th to the 15th. So make sure you can watch it on KWBJ and you can see her one more time before she hands off the crown. Now, you have had quite a busy year. When do you get free time? Will you have free time after this? What happens after you pass this crown down?
So, you know, free time has been kind of up in the air. I am actually one of the captains for the Northwestern State University Demon Dazzlers, which is our official dance line. And about a week and a half after I give up Miss Louisiana, I moved to dance line camp. So it's going back to a different kind of busy, getting back into school, getting back into dance line. But I'm one of those people, I can't keep still, so I'm pretty excited about it.
Okay. Now, as you're, during your reign, where has Miss Louisiana taken you that you're like, I've never done this before, never been here before?
All over the state of Louisiana. I've actually traveled over 25,000 miles. I've calculated throughout my year of service. I've traveled more than 25,000 miles. I've visited places I never knew existed in Louisiana. I went to Erath for the first time. I went to Ascension Parish. I went to Napoleon High one day. So all over. And there's been days I've been in Baton Rouge in the morning and then Shreveport in the afternoon.
Wow.
So it's definitely a all across the state kind of deal.
So what was it about Erath that just blew your mind? I'm going to tell you, I don't think I've ever heard anybody say, I went to Erath and oh my goodness.
It was just never been there. And when I put it in my GPS, I was like, am I going to the right place?
Right.
And then I ended up at Erath. I was actually going for the physical fitness meet, the elementary physical fitness meet, because as Miss Louisiana, I work with the Governor's Council on Physical Fitness and Sports. So with that, I was able to go to 6 schools all across Louisiana, which was really cool, and just promote physical fitness.
I can just hear the screaming. What is that like to be around little kids?
It was really fun, actually, and I got in on the action, whether it was running with them on the track, crown, banner, heels, and all.
Okay.
I was like, you know what? You give a girl a pair of heels, she could conquer the world. That is a saying.
Girl, let me tell you what about heels. I could jump some double dutch in some heels. I was good with some heels. So I understand.
I even timed some races.
Come on.
I wrote scores. It was actually really fun.
Okay. Well, you seem like a very fun person.
Thank you.
So I'd like to ask you, of course we know you are a phenomenal dancer, but is there a hidden talent that you, please come back on the screen if you don't mind, Sunny, because I gotta hear this, I gotta see this firsthand. Do you have a hidden talent?
I do, and fun fact about this talent, the reason I kind of figured out about it was watching Miss America one day, sitting on my couch with my mom's crown on. I saw a ventriloquist and thought it was the coolest thing in the world, and I turned to my mom and said, hey, I could do this. And she said, okay. So I ran and got a sock, and I was like, did it. And I actually did it as my special talent at Miss America during my Miss America interview, but I can show you today.
Oh, yes. Now use your hand if you got to.
I will.
Okay, here we go.
Ready? It's supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound cautious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Come on, you get an applause
from me. I said, if dance doesn't work out, I could be a ventriloquist.
You got to have something to fall back on.
Everyone has that hidden talent.
Now, speaking of which, were there any of the contestants who were ventriloquists? Because it is something, I've seen it done.
No, there was not. We've had some former Miss Louisianas, but this year at Miss America, there wasn't. We did have a few speed painters and an aerialist at Miss America, but no ventriloquist.
An aerialist, please tell me about that.
She had a hoop connected to the ceiling and did her tricks on her hoop. And I personally don't know how she does it, but it was very good.
No, I'm telling you, the talents that you see at a lot of the scholarship competitions are really out of this world.
Like I said, again, Miss Louisiana, we have 33 so talented girls showing up. So you have to tune in and watch, because these girls talented. They're probably some of the most talented girls I've ever met in the whole entire world. It's going to be an amazing show.
So will dance be something you do for the rest of your life?
Oh, 100%. Like I said, I fell in love with dance at 18 months old when I walked into the first dance class, and I couldn't imagine my life without dance. It has shaped me into the person I am today. When I started my program, Being True to Being You, my first confidence building workshop was held at my dance studio, and I was able to talk to my own students, which was a full circle moment, but I couldn't imagine my life without dance.
Now, I know this is about you, but we're going to share a little bit about your mom, because I want to know, because again, this is legacy. What was her talent? Do you remember?
She was a clogger, actually, so kind of like tap, but clogging's more of your whole foot instead of like the balls of your feet like tap. But I unfortunately didn't get the clogging gene, but she's pretty talented clogger. She still can do it to this day.
And I've seen some ladies who have been cloggers. They were actually Miss Louisiana. Someone in the past was. So
actually, last year's Miss Louisiana, Gracie Reisman was a clogger.
Yes. Thank you so much. See you guys next time.